Hallelujah, the Jays win a ball game, and I don't care that we're playing the Orioles. The Jays win a game. 5-3 over the O's, and they start off this series on a winning note. Mark Estrada got the bump today. He ends up getting the win. The loss gets charged to Andrew Kashner. He goes to 4-11. And today was going to be an interesting one because the Jays have lost 4 straight. The Orioles are the worst team in baseball. So it's going to be very interesting to see what we get. And a lot of Jays fans, a lot of angry Jays fans. And I know this season sucks. But people here sitting here saying, oh, the Jays are going to get swept by the O's. Look, that's just unrealistic. It's just unrealistic. The Jays go out there today and they get the offense cooking. It takes them a little bit. They end up going down 1-0 with a Chris Davis sacrifice fly to right field. Jonathan Villar comes in to score, and it's 1-0 in the top of the third. Well, let's move to the bottom of the fourth inning where K-Money, Kendrys Morales, gets a fastball up in the zone at the very top. And you know what that means? We talked about it all last year from Kendrys Morales. Don't look for a curveball if you can't hit it. Look for what you can hit. And that's what he's been doing this year. He gets a fastball. Obviously, that's what he can hit. And he looks for it. He gets on top of the high fastball and crushes it into the Orioles bullpen. I think it was in there. And the Jays tie the game at 1. Next inning, bottom of the fifth, Richard Urania, he gets on. And you know what? Guys, why were the Jays so good back in 15 and 16? They're bottom of the lineup with Russell Martin, Ryan Goins, and guys like that. They got on base. That was the greatest thing about this team. They could get on base, and then you have Ben Revere, Donaldson, Bautista, Edwin, Tulo. All those guys after the bottom of the order comes up and does a good job. That's, you don't have that meat in the middle of the order anymore, and you don't really have the bottom of the lineup type of stuff anymore. That time has come and gone. But in the bottom of the fifth, Richard Urania, the number 9 hitter, hits a ground rule double to right field. And we're like, okay, all right, let's get something going. Maybe we can get the lead here. Granderson grounds out to second base. But the good news is Richard Urania moves up to third on the play. Next batter, Kevin Pillar. And yeah, he does not sit after that debacle yesterday in the Yankees series, in the Yankees finale. And he comes up and he rips a double to left field. Richard Urania obviously comes in to score. Pillar goes into second. And the Jays have taken the lead 2-1. Next batter, Justin Smoke. He walks in a full count. That's what Smokey's been doing all year. I mean, he's been walking a ton. Next batter, K-Money once again. And on a 2-0 pitch, what do you think he's looking for? A fastball. And he gets it in the upper middle of the plate. Not really where you want to pitch it. But he's looking for it. And he crushes it deep into the second deck. An estimated 437 feet. 3-run shot for K-Money. And the Jays got a 5-1 lead. Now, yes, in the top of the sixth, Nunez hits a home run. And then Caleb Joseph doubles and Gentry scores to make it a 5-3 game. But that's all she wrote. Guys, this is how you do it. You know what? I like really breaking down certain players when I get the opportunity to do so. Let's break down K-Money real quick. He was 2 for 4 today, scored a couple runs, obviously, since he hit 2 home runs. Yeah, he struck out once, but he also had 4 RBIs. He is hitting .252 on the year and on base percentage of .334. Guys, I'm going to go back to his last year's stats when we all thought this guy was nuts and he was striking out a bazillion times. So, let's go to his batting average. Right now, it's lower. Right now, technically at .252, it is higher. Now, I know he wasn't, he was in and out of the lineup for the most of the first half of the season. But, comparing the 2 seasons as they are, his average is 2 points better. His on-base percentage is almost 30 points better. He has an OBP, as I just read, of .334. All last year, .308. That is huge difference. That is a massive difference. And the thing I love to see, where are his walks? What about his strikeout numbers? Because those are big issues for him. Well, Kendrys Morales, if he gets one more walk this year, he will have already tied last season's total of 43 walks. He has 42 right now, and he's played 48 less games. And let's move to the strikeouts. Last year, a total of 132 strikeouts. That's terrible. And we were rightfully so very angry, and that was the most strikeouts he's ever had in his career. And yes, I know in limited games. But he only has 75 this year. That is just under 60 strikeouts less. He is seeing the ball better. He is taking his pitches. He's not hitting as many home runs. He's not getting as many RBIs. But this team's not as good at driving in the runs. They don't have that anymore. So it's going to be harder to get some RBIs. But I just wanted to show you guys how different of a season Kendrys Morales is having. You know, we're not talking about him a whole lot miserably, because he's literally not having a terrible season. Good to see Kendrys Morales turning things around. Pilar was 2 for 4 with the RBI, and he also scored a run as well. He's hitting .257. I mean, since he's come off the DL, Kevin Pilar has been hitting the ball at a ridiculously good pace. I don't know exactly when he came back here, but I have until August the 11th. He was hitting .245. He's raised that 12 points. Incredible. You know, and let's go down here. Danny Jansen keeps that hit streak alive. I think he has 6 games. Hit 6-game hit streak in his young career. He's got that going. He went 1 for 4 today with a double. Hitting .381 as a Blue Jay. I mean, that's obviously going to come back down to earth, but we like what we see. And the key for Danny Jansen, the thing I love about what we've seen from him, he's had a total of 21 at-bats. You could say, 23 plate appearances. 3 strikeouts in 6 games. For a young guy who's never seen the big leagues before, that is a very good number. He is showing his composure. He is showing to never quit and never fight and to put bat on ball. That's what you want to see. I like what we have with young Danny Jansen. Urania, like I said, went 1 for 2. He also walked once, hitting .263 so far this year with a .317 OBP. That's what you like to see from Richard Urania at the bottom of the lineup. Diaz goes 1 for 3. And he's hitting .254 on the season. Now, guys, Marco Estrada did not have a great outing. He went 5 in the third, 7 hits, 3 runs, walked 3 guys. I mean, he was pretty good until, that 6th inning where he gave up those few runs. Obviously, Ryan Tepera came out and gave up that double to give Marco Estrada that 3rd run. But it does count in the books. But Marco does pick up the win, his 7th win on the year for the Blue Jays. Like I said, Ryan Tepera came in next, went an inning in the 3rd, gave up that 1 double. But struck out a guy, no walks, and that was it. He did a pretty good job in his outing. Jaime Garcia came out to face, I think it was Chris Davis, and struck him out. He's been very, very good over the last little while. And speaking of been very, very good, I've said it over and over, Tyler Clippard. We talked about it in the last couple of videos about how he's been very good. And he continues it again today. An inning, no walks, no hits, a couple deep fly balls to Billy McKinney and left, but they stayed in the yard, and he gets a strikeout, clean inning work for him. And coming out in the 9th inning, Ken Giles, and as we've learned, you do not throw him out there in non-save situations. Well, what is today? A save situation. And he goes an inning, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts, but they were all soft hits. Except for the first one that was a line drive to center field, but Pilar was there. And then Ken Giles picked up his 16th save on the year, and you look at his stats for the Blue Jays. Look, 3 of his last 4 outings have been clean. Obviously, the one home run he gave up, but he still got the save because the Jays had the lead in that game. I think it was a 2-run lead, actually. So I like what we have here in Ken Giles. We just got to give him some time to grow and throw him out there in save situations. That's all I got to say about that. Game 2 of the series, guys, goes tomorrow night. Dylan Bundy versus Sam Gaviglio. 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center, all right? And then finale goes Wednesday afternoon, 12:37 first pitch. I think it's David Hess, right? David Hess versus Thomas Pannone. Tommy Pannone in his first big league start. We've seen a lot of that this year, but hey, that's what happens when you trade away and get younger. You're going to see a lot of guys in their major league debuts. It's going to happen. But let's see what we got in Thomas Pannone. We saw Sean Reed Foley got sent down back to AAA, and I think that's good for him. Has a tough few starts to start his career. I don't know if he's down on himself or what, but then he's going down to AAA, where he's done very, very, very well. So you let him do so again. Let his confidence gain back up, and then maybe give him a shot in September, right? That's kind of what they want to do with him. But the finale, like I said, goes Wednesday afternoon with Thomas Pannone taking the hill before the Jays have the off day on Thursday. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed actually watching a victory. Hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. There we go. If you guys have not already, comment down below. What'd you think of the game? What'd you think of Estrada, the bullpen? What are your impressions? And also, K-Money, Kendrys Morales. What are your thoughts on Kendrys this season as a whole? Now, the first couple months were not so great for him, but he wasn't getting consistent playing time. And then he did, and then he turned the ball. So I want to hear what you guys have to say about his recent play. Kevin Pillar, he's been very good since coming off the DL. I know I reamed into him yesterday, but hey, everyone makes mistakes. Whatever, that's fine. Let's move on. All right, I want to hear what you guys have to say about everything towards this game and the Blue Jays' future and all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow night as the Blue Jays look to win back-to-back games. At the very least, win the series against the O's. And just feel good about ourselves. It'll be very nice. And Gaviglio looks to get an actual win. He hasn't won a game since I think it was like June or something. Or at least it feels like it. Dylan Bundy, not Bunny. Sam Gaviglio, 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. We'll talk to you guys then.